Hello everyone. Today our topic is strain theory. So let's dissect this topic in complete depth. Crime is a result of a strain between legitimate goals and lack of opportunities to achieve those goals. Okay, to make it more simpler, let's grasp the basic idea of strain theory. Strain theorists are of the view that people usually share similar values and goals. For example, earning more money, having lavished home, getting a luxury car, etc. are those goals which almost everyone longs to have in their life. Strain theory argues that crime occurs when there aren't enough legitimate opportunities for people to achieve the normal success goals of a society. In such a situation, there is a strain between the goals and the means to achieve those goals, and some people turn to crime in order to achieve success. Okay, let's see the main argument of strain theory. According to this theory, society pressurizes people to get their goals. If some people fail in achieving their goals, then they start feeling frustrated and humiliated. They think people are looking down upon them. So, this feeling is what inspires them to get involved in various crimes. Now let's study the types of strain. There are two types of strain. One is structural strain and the other one is individual strain. Structural strain. Structural strain is that strain in which a man gets strained due to structural scenario, like economic and social sources structure, which is surrounding a person shapes his behavior. So, structure matters a lot when it comes to strain. Individual strain. Individual strain is totally dependent on experiences of a single man. The experience of one's life creates suffering and misery. The prolonged feelings created in result of these sufferings and misery are eventually converted into antisocial behavior. So, these are two types of strain. Background. Strain theory was first developed by Robert Merton in the 1940s to explain the rising crime rates experienced in the USA at that time. Strain theory, the basics. Merton argued that the cultural system of the USA was built on the American dream, a set of meritocratic principles which assured the American public that equality of opportunity was available to all, regardless of class, gender or ethnicity. The American dream encouraged individuals to pursue a goal of success which was largely measured in terms of the acquisition of wealth and material possessions. People were expected to pursue this goal through legitimate means such as education and work. The dominant cultural message was if you are ambitious, talented and work hard, then income and wealth should be your rewards. However, Merton pointed out that these goals were not attainable by all, that the structural organization of the USA meant that the means to get on were not fairly distributed and it was difficult, if not impossible, for some to compete and achieve financial success. Merton developed the concept of anomie to describe this imbalance between cultural goals and institutionalized means. He argued that such an imbalanced society produces anomie. There is a strain or tension between the goals and means which produce unsatisfied aspirations. 5 adaptations to strain. Merton argued that, when individuals are faced with a gap between their goals, usually finances, money-related, and their current status, strain occurs. When faced with strain, people have 5 ways to adapt. Conformity, pursuing cultural goals through socially approved means. Innovation, using socially unapproved or unconventional means to obtain culturally approved goals. Example, dealing drugs or stealing to achieve financial security. Ritualism, using the same socially approved means to achieve less elusive goals, more modest. And humble. Retreatism, to reject both the cultural goals and the means to obtain it, then find a way to escape it. Rebellion, to reject the cultural goals and means, then work to replace them. Criticisms of strain theory. Firstly, not all working class individuals turn to crime, and so we need something else to explain why some of them do and some of them do not. Subcultural theorists argued that the role of working class subcultures plugs this gap in the explanation. Deviant subcultures provide rewards for individuals who commit crime. Secondly, Merton's reliance on official statistics means he overestimates the extent of working class crime and underestimates the extent of middle class or white-collar crime. Thirdly, strain theory only really explains economic crime, it doesn't really explain violent crime. Marxists point out that lack of equality of opportunity is at the heart of the capitalist system. Elites make the system work for them, which disadvantages the lower classes. So this was all from today's lecture. If you understood the concept, hit like, subscribe and share the video.